If you walk by this BMW in a parking lot, would you do a double take? Would you believe me if I told you it could be worth more than I spent on this Maserati? I know I wouldn't, but in a world where meme crypto is more valuable than some country's currency, and after spending a few weeks driving this e39, I can see why it's so desirable and worth quite a bit. Regardless of what this car is or how rare it might be, its story makes it one of a kind, and it's a story that is just getting started. Recently, a viewer by the name of Alex reached out to me and asked if I would like to take on his 2002 5-speed manual 530i for the very low price of free. It was his wife's prior car, mostly original, garage kept, and in need of a little refurbishing. When I met Alex, he told me about the car's prior life, all the way over in Sweden as a test mule for Volvo, a story which seems to make a lot of sense by the strange ports added all around the engine and these tiny holes drilled in the intake manifold. To add to its story, we have decided to give the car away to one of you. If you're in the United States, you can enter the raffle to win this very rare spec 5-speed manual 530i Sport Pack. 100% of all the proceeds are going straight to Spina Bifida of Jacksonville, and there's a limited amount of tickets, half of which have already been claimed in just a few days. You can find a link in the description box to enter this raffle, but before the BMW is given away, we have to get it mechanically sorted for its new owner. The main order of business is to refresh the transmission. Alex told me the car's clutch is original, so we're doing a gearbox overhaul, including new shifter detents to make it feel like brand new. This seemed straightforward going in, but it turned out this transmission, which hasn't been disturbed in 2 decades, had different plans. All the bolts mounting it to the engine had seized up. The heads of these bolts eventually either stripped or broke by the amount of force applied trying to remove them. Heat didn't help either. We cut what was left of the bolt heads and manhandled the transmission out of the car, but our real problem is the remaining studs stuck in the block. And in a moment, we're going to give them hell before we even consider breaking out a drill. Now, in the previous video, a lot of you commented that manual saloons are quite common in Europe, but hardly ever were any produced here in the States, and the ones that were are very limited. The e39 is just so cool. Its ride contains the DNA of BMW's modern sports sedans. Being able to row through the gears while jamming out to your favorite FM frequency, it's just so nostalgic. Similar to when I recently opened my first disc plate delivery. Disc plates designers turn your favorite things into high quality metal posters. Whether you're into strawberries, chuck berry, berry white, or even berry wood, Disc Plate has over 1.4 million designs available on their site. I personally selected a few that remind me of my favorite car experiences. Everything is included in the box for you to install your new disc plate in just about a minute or so. Just clean your mounting surface, attach the magnets, and enjoy. They even have popular posters available from the likes of Star Wars, DC, sports figures, and of course tons of car art. To begin your own disc plate collection, click the link in the description box below. When you do that, you're going to get 25% off your first disc plate. And if you add 3 or more to your cart, you're going to get 36% off your order. But again, you got to use my link. Disc plates are a very fun and modern way to dress up your current living space, garage, or even your office. So again, click my link in the description box, and I got to give a huge thanks to Disc Plate for sponsoring this video. Now back to these stuck fasteners. Pretty much anytime I recall having a stuck bolt like this, I've always had to replace the part it was attached to. I remember spending near $300 on this small bracket for an old Audi simply because the bolt was seized inside. But if you've ever spent time drilling a seized bolt in a tight area, you'll know that even a few $100s is a small price to pay for the time savings and your personal sanity. The problem with these bolts is that they're stuck in the engine block, so if you use my original equation, it means that we would replace the entire engine, something we don't even want to consider. Even though there are plenty of solutions to replacing and recreating threads, the first part, drilling out the fasteners, needs to be precise. If done at the wrong angle, you'd have to get pretty creative very quick, and that's why I took an overnight break from these stuck bolts, went home and thought about the best ways we could extract these without breaking out a drill. Now, in order to get prime access to our problem areas, let's start by removing our clutch and flywheel assembly from the car. Alright, remove the clutch and flywheel, and you can see we've got a weeping rear main seal. I'm going to show you the condition of the clutch in a second. Surprisingly, the amount of miles it has on it, it looks really darn good. But good thing is we did order a new rear main seal from FCP Euro and a new pilot bearing. Check this thing out. Keep in mind, it likely has like 135,000 miles on it, and we had a bad rear main seal, and it looks pretty good. Still got a lot of meat around the rivets here. Both sides do not look affected, but we're gonna replace this anyway since it's out. We're gonna get the flywheel resurfaced as well. Our main targets today are these 1, 2, 3 and 4 stuck bolts in the engine block here. If you saw the last video, you know that the transmission didn't come out with us having to cut off the tops of these bolts. At one point they just got stripped to the point where you couldn't grab onto them, and now we're stuck with these studs left in the block. But we've got a special tool to help assist us, and if it works, it will literally save us a few days worth of time. So here's the game plan. We got this thing right here. This is an induction coil heater. We're gonna sit this on the engine block itself and surrounding, see that little circle right there, where the bolt is cut off. Then we're gonna take what we showed in the last video right here, a stud extractor, and we're gonna turn the remainder of the bolt forward. Remember, these things actually turned out, if it start making noise, he's back there making noise. We're gonna turn the remainder of the bolt forward a little bit first before we turn it back. So these are stud extractors and installers, so they'll actually go both forward and backward. Remember, these bolts actually came out probably a millimeter or two before they became seized up. So I'm really anxious to see if this works. I've always wanted to test one of these out, and if it does, man, this is huge. Oh, you guys can see how well that induction coil tool worked. It didn't at all. It literally powered on for about 5 seconds before it shut itself off. So I'm back to just using a torch. I'm gonna still try the same method where we turn it clockwise first, but maybe that's why you spend a little bit more and maybe not buy the tool direct from China. Now, it feels like it's turning, but that is, let's look from the other side. It's not moving at all. And we don't want to round it. Oh, come on! It's not moving at all. You think you did it? Nah, it's just spinning. Not good, not good. This is plan B right here. So we're gonna use the welder as our induction heater, and by welding that nut on the end, besides having something to grab onto, it's gonna get it real hot in there, and there's like a probably 0.1% chance it might break the corrosion off inside.
Definitely like a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I'm not too confident it's gonna work out.
No, I've never had really good luck with this.
It's most likely gonna either the nut's gonna come right off, like it's just gonna end up welding, get strong enough and crack right off.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
That nut almost looks too nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna find out real quick. Everybody's gonna love that weld on the internet.
Watch, it's gonna snap right off.
It is.
You ready to feel it about to snap off?
It's snap off, not snap on.
It's just turned off right there.
Good one.
You gotta let it harden.
No. If it was a good weld, like if we had a quality welder here, you know?
Oh, shit.
Like a guy that knows what he's doing, that might.
Exactly. I don't know what the f I'm doing. Oh, don't put that next to your head, Sam.
Well, it's not gonna do anything because I'm not
19
conductive.
volts. Oh, God. Look, you just.
All right, can you see me? Watch an expert at work here. Here we go. Where are we at? Right here. Let's do it. It's hot. Hold on, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stay in the way a little bit. Here we go. Why does it stop? All right, not bad. That's the way to do it. You actually don't stand directly under where the frickin' fire comes from, so you don't burn yourself. All right, I brought one last tool that we could try and use to remove these broken bolts. Now, I've used this in the past. This is exactly what I referenced earlier on my Audi TT. I broke 2 of these on one bolt and never successfully extracted the bolt, so I don't have a lot of hope in this. However, the ones that I broke were from the auto parts store. This is one that I ordered online. Basically, you see where you can grab with the wrench right here and you can turn with another wrench right here. What this does is as you turn it, those fingers inside grip around the broken bolt, and then you put a ratchet in here and turn it out like it had a head on it. We don't have much to lose at this point. Let's give it a shot. What's gonna break first, the bolt, the extractor, or the wrench?
I think the bolt, because I believe what we're doing right now is just tightening it onto it. I think there's a point where you're gonna have to let go, no?
Here, I mean, I could let go now.
You and
see what happens. Is it turning?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, this type of extractor I've had work, I think 1 or 2 times before. Spinning now. If I turned a little bit, yeah, look, it does look like, but it's very deceptive because it will look like it's turning and it's just spinning. Yeah. Dude, is that actually turning?
I think so. I think something's working for us, yeah.
At this point, I think it'd be easier to go get a whole nother engine, minus the transmission. We got to check all the threads on that engine. No way, dude. Is that $20 auto parts store tool working right now?
Yep.
Yo, turn that copyrighted music off for a second. We might have an epiphany here.
He doesn't hear you.
No?
Nope.
He did. He just turned it off. I could hear every lyric of that Juice WRLD song. It's pretty good, actually. I like that one. But not right now while we're trying to record. Dude, if this works, we just got to drill one out. Come on, Shane. Is it turning it or no? Can you tell?
It is.
No way. Shane, let me get the last 3 millimeters of it so it looks like dude, that tool is legit. All right, editor, cut right here. Make it look like Shane was never, I'm kidding. All right, here we go. So it's just these lower ones that are giving us trouble. I don't want to say that. Never mind.
Not jinx it
No. It's gonna be none of them.
It's gonna be A1.
Dude, come on.
Don't you remember we said one of them's gonna come out?
Look at this.
One of them's gonna be annoying.
Dude, no, look at this.
And then the rest of them are gonna.
I think. Look, the threads are look at it.
That's the butt end of the stud.
There's one out of the 5 we need out, and look, you could see where we were spinning the extractor on it. Once you wear this down all the way, there's nothing to grip on it, just smooth. But luckily we got this one out. We're gonna try for the next top one first, and these are the 2 most difficult and important ones that we do get out without doing any drilling, because it's gonna be much harder to drill flush up here than it would be down here. This one has put up quite a fight, so we're gonna come back to that last. Let's go to this one and then maybe move our way down. But this one seems to be doing the trick. I broke 2 of them doing the same thing we're doing, way effortlessly compared to how much pressure we put on this. This is an amazing tool. As a matter of fact, we should just say Snap-on on it. It's just engrave the word Snap-on on it.
This is like D-Will.
Yeah, it's not. It's an off-brand DeWalt is what it is. So we had really bad luck with one Chinese device today, and we had really amazing luck with one other Chinese tool today. Amazing. Now I want to tell you guys, the Snap-on guy that was just here, he's very delightful, very nice guy. Look, that one came out perfect. That one came out, those threads look really nice.
Yeah,
but
we're not gonna have to fight that one.
No, that one actually looks like, well, it's got some sort of sleeve in it, right? Or no, that's the guide pin?
Yeah, that's
okay.
the dowel.
Well, that thread, those threads look beautiful. The other 2 definitely ate some up. What's up?
Want to see how cute I was as a baby?
Not at all. Would you not see what we're doing over here? It's super important. Get out of here.
Yeah. Go back to work.
This guy's a jackass.
Keep it that. Isn't that cute?
Okay, fair enough.
Worse than now.
Your mother's a beautiful lady too.
No, that's my godmother.
Oh, okay. Well, tell her I said what's up.
I got you. I got you.
This is the last one. We're gonna manhandle the heck out of this. Dude, this is it. What's the worst that happens? It breaks off. We got 3 out of the 4 out, minus the little screwy guy up there. 3 out of the 4. If this comes out, we're in good shape. If it doesn't, we drill it, we're still in really good shape. Look at how much the engine moves. Look at the motor mounts.
That's what I'm talking flex mounts.
Yeah.
I think we definitely need to change.
I don't think there are motor mounts. No, we're definitely gonna do those. We're gonna do mounts, a bunch of suspension. This is first priority so we can actually get the car moving again. But dude, is it turning? Don't tell me it's turning right now. Broke.
Yo, I thought the ratchet snapped.
You want a longer ratchet?
No, what was it? Just popped out?
Yeah, I think.
No way, dude. No way. What was I being such a bitch about all this for?
I don't know, man.
Shay, this is the easiest extraction you've ever experienced. To be fair.
I think the last time I did an extraction, I don't know if you see the cut on my wrist.
Yeah, right there.
I almost took out my wrist.
We don't need to know what you do in your spare time, buddy.
It's not just a fake
Hey.
mom.
You have nothing to talk about. This guy right here has skeletons in the closet. One day we'll do a whole episode on that.
Nah.
Yo, Sam, feel how hot this is.
That's for behind the scenes.
Where am I feeling? This?
The actual extractor.
Behind the scenes. For the patrons.
Oh yeah, nice. Friction.
Is it turning from the
No, it's not. It's not. Oh.
It's not spinning?
No. Look, this whole entire time we've been talking for 10 minutes and it's not moving. So hold on, wait. Let me go. I'm gonna grab the wrench. You got it as tight as it gets.
Yeah, I think you got it at its max right now.
I don't want to come down and clap
here.
your, I don't want to clap your hand.
Are you going the right way? You're
Hell
going-
yeah. He's going left. That's how a bolt comes out.
It's turning now.
Is
Yeah,
it?
I see it.
No way. I can't even believe this thing hasn't broken yet.
No.
Is it
Yeah,
coming?
it's turning now.
No way. Like, this is the thing.
Oh.
Everybody's gonna think this looks super easy.
Yeah.
And this was very easy.
This is one of those YouTube moments.
But it never happens
Where
like
it's
this.
too good to be true.
I can't even believe this, man.
Look, everything done by Sam. Without Sam doing this right now, it would have never
Look
happened.
how easy it is now. Okay. This is legitimately hot from all the friction. And there it is. Yeah, you can see it's all corroded. All right, this is beautiful. All the major bolts, the problem ones are out. Just got this little tiny guy here that broke off last time because I think it got too hot. So we're gonna have to drill this one real quick. I got a center punch right here. We'll start off with that. Once that's sorted, we're going to have to come back to those holes because we're either gonna have to chase or retap them. A lot of the threads did seem to come out with the bolts themselves. So let's get that bolt out, and in the meantime, we're gonna still have plenty of work to do on this BMW.
That ain't what we have.
Jobs has a trick for us. What size you want?
This one here.
Okay. It's a pilot bearing. Slide hammer's not working real well. You're loosening up all the corrosion in there?
That's right.
It's coming. There it is. You got all the tricks, Jobs.
See? Rusty.
Rusty, very rusty, like everything else in this
Been
transmission.
there from 19 long. Where is this car?
2002.
Oh, well, that probably been in there from 2002.
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe even 2001 if it was built then.
Motor don't look bad though.
No, not bad. A little cleanup, and it's gonna be good as new. You know what we're doing with this car? We're giving it away.
For real?
Yeah, to a raffle winner.
Oh, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah, and it's 100%. So the guy that was here with us the first time, that was Alex. He's the guy who gave me the car. And so we're giving it to this charity, and 100% of the proceeds go to the charity.
That's a good thing to do.
We've already raised in just like 4 hours about $10,000 already. And our goal is to raise $100,000 by the time this is all done. So this is a $100,000 BMW. You work on $100,000 BMWs with Rolls-Royce badges over there.
That's correct.
The charity is a really good one. Spina Bifida Jacksonville. So
That's a good thing. That
So-
means you're giving back to the community.
So I'm going to give you a receipt for your time so you can send it to the government, you know, write that off. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good thing.
Thank you though, because you know, I'm not as bold as you are. You know what's so funny is you see all those bolts we were crying over getting the bolts turned out?
Yeah.
All we had to do is just use a little muscle and they came right out.
And then you have to fix them thread back now.
We do have to fix the threads. Yeah, they were so corroded it just ripped
Jeff
the
have
threads
a
out with it.
Jeff have a tread chaser.
Okay. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try to chase it first.
Yeah,
if
you
the
could
chaser
yeah.
works, then we'll go with it. But if it doesn't, we'll just put in
And
new
then
threads.
you don't, when you do the tread chaser, you don't have to put back the aluminum bolts.
Yeah, you can put
could
back
put
whatever.
steel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stupid thing is, I already went to BMW and got $35 worth of bolts. Literally 5-6 bolts, 35 bucks.
Well, you live and you learn.
That's right. I still haven't learned though.
One day you'll learn.
You can tell Jobs is very wise. Got our pilot bearing out here. It was all rusted in place like everything else. I'm hoping the rear main seal doesn't give us any trouble. Usually seals don't. We do not have a seal puller, so we're gonna do a different method. It's one that is very effective, but you gotta be careful because you don't wanna scratch your crank. We're gonna take this drill bit, we're gonna drill 2 very small holes in either side of the seal. Let's do that right now. Let me try somewhere else, like right there.
Oh, you're just going to then?
Everybody, if you donate 30 cents a day, Shane will be able to buy a seal puller from the overpriced tool truck. It'll be just 30 cents a day for the rest of his lives.
Hey, man.
I'm kidding. The guy that drives the overpriced tool truck's a really nice guy, but doesn't stop the price from his tools from being overpriced. But doesn't matter. We're gonna make this happen with your overpriced tools either way, Shane. Shane got this out most of the way. There it is right there. Really dry and brittle. So it's good that we're replacing this. Now, even though we destroyed it pulling it out by putting those 2 drill holes in it, we want to hold on to this for a second because it's going to help us get our new one back in place without damaging things. This is probably the most exciting part of this entire restoration, and that is sorting out our 5-speed manual transmission. Besides doing all the things you do with the transmission, like a pilot bearing, clutch, and getting the flywheel redone, we've got to get our shifter detents completely replaced. That's because we've got that sloppy shifter action. This car doesn't want to go into 3rd. Sometimes it locks you out of 5th, and that's because, well, we've got really worn detents. Now, this is something I didn't even know about. I didn't even know what a detent was, but what's so great is that FCP Aero had them as a recommended part on their site to fix this exact issue that we have. And even better, my friend Gareth over at FCP has an entire YouTube video dedicated to replacing your shifter detents. Now, I've already done one of them, and I'm going to show you how I did it in just a second, but it was really easy because Gareth's video basically made me an expert on how to do it. I'm not going to go into super detail because if you got to do this yourself, well, you can watch his video, but we're going to get these all sorted, and our shifter is going to be back in action. Listen, this is definitely the way that BMW tells you to do it, right? Oh, look at these caps are coming off.
He didn't say to crack right through him.
Well, that's what he did, yeah. Just watch out, a spring might come out, though. Check it out. That's the last piece that comes out. So there's our bushing, our spring, and our detent right here. And I'm only doing one at a time. I almost started busting this one open. Shane stopped me, which is a smart thing to do. We're gonna clean this area out in here. We'll grease it up. Then we'll match the correct detent, spring, and bushing that goes in this gear right here. I think that this is 5th gear, I think, I wanna say.
Safety glasses, Sam.
How did we do this before?
That.
Oh yeah, look, it's coming right there.
Oh, I got shot in the stomach.
It's not, they're not gonna.
Oh, yeah?
There it is. Cap.
Do you want a magnet?
No, look, spring,
Okay.
puller. Come on. Oh, it's loose. In just a few minutes out of the side of the transmission here, we removed our spring, our detent, and the bushing here. You really got to manhandle this stuff, but as long as you got a couple picks and screwdrivers and a hammer, you're going to be able to get them out just fine. Now, there are some special tools to reinstall them, and as you see this one right here, we've completely redone. There's a brand new cap and brand new snap ring. This transmission is just a few detents away of feeling brand new again. It's dark again outside. We have completely exhausted the workday. I got to give a huge thanks to the crew here at Eurocharge for letting me stay late and for lending a huge helping hand on our E39. They are the guys that are going to bring us to the finish line, and that finish line is finally in sight since our bolts have been extracted out of the block. I honestly didn't think that was going to happen today, and the fact that it did, and kind of effortlessly, is a huge relief. We are literally days away from giving this to one of you guys, and we've already sold a ton of tickets raising money for Spine and Bit Fitted Jacksonville. I can't thank each and every one of you who have entered, but if you haven't, I'm not even sure if there's any more tickets left. If there are, well, go check the link in the description box. You'll be able to enter to win this very rare E39 with a 5-speed manual transmission that is going to be completely refurbished by me and the guys here at Eurocharge Orlando. Again, I want to extend a huge thanks to Alex, the donor of the E39, Eurocharge Orlando, FCP Euro for providing all the parts for this build, and Spina Bifida Jacksonville and the Amelia Island Concourse. Everybody has come together here to make something so awesome happen, and it just makes me really happy. I hope it makes you happy too. If it does, be sure to hit that like button, and if you want updates on the entire giveaway process and the work we're doing on the E39 and other projects before anything goes live here on YouTube, well, just go ahead and follow me on Instagram, or again, click the link down in the description box. Guys, I have to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today, and I'll catch you very soon.